Since its inception in 2020, the Earth 2 Metaverse project has grown from strength to strength, adding features, game loops, marketplaces, skins, and yesterday achieved another milestone with the release of their eagerly anticipated white paper. This illustrates the purpose, use cases, roadmaps, and tokenomics as we move forward, and it's very player focused. Jewels have a multitude of uses within the Earth 2 platform, but until this point it seemed like there was an endless supply of them. The white paper clarifies that more than half of all Tier 1 jewels have already been minted, with the supply capped at a maximum of 125 million jewels, but 25 million jewels will be discoverable within E2v1. We also learned that the first 25,000 tiles in each country to be upgraded from Tier 2 to Tier 1 will include a boosted ether spawn rate that 5x's the normal rate, but is still slightly less than a standard Tier 1 property with EDC. Also, 50% of essence that is used to upgrade the land will be burned and 50% returned to the treasury. Caps on the creation of first generation Sidroids have been established. There will only ever be 5 million of them. First generation Sidroids are the only ones that can raid ether. We can think of raiding as a form of crypto staking that generates a return on investment. A Sidroid costs 7.5 essence to create, 2.5 is burned, and the other 5 is used to power the Sidroid in its power cell, and that remains withdrawable. If a Sidroid does manage to raid 15.25 ether a day, it will pay for itself within a week, and everything beyond that point becomes your staking rewards. Civilians will also be subject to a cap of 500,000 each. There are already 3 civilians, and we know of 2 more in development, the geologist and the raid analyst, leading to a total of 2.5 million civilians that will ever be created. Minigames are an exciting development on Earth 2 and will be only hosted on player-owned properties. Ad revenue in video games usually remains exclusively the domain of the developers, but in a landmark decision, Earth 2 has opted to share ad revenue with the landowners and players. If you are hosting a minigame on your property, then there will be a lobby where players can wade in, and this presents a perfect opportunity to show ads. To broadcast ads on our properties, we will require a broadcasting device, and depending on the tier level of resources used to create it, this will determine how efficient it is or how much essence it requires. A lower level device might give a return of 25%, meaning that if we use $1 worth of essence to broadcast the ads, we will get into our e-balance $1.25 back. Higher levels can go up to 200%, meaning that $1 of essence would return $3 to your e-dollar balance. Skins will be tradable between players for either essence or e-dollars at a later stage. To apply a skin, a player must have a base avatar, and while base items cannot be traded, they can be discovered, crafted, or earned within the E2 ecosim. Essence, the native currency of Earth 2, is being released as an ERC20 token on the Ethereum Layer 1 blockchain and will be available on the decentralized exchange Uniswap. This provides the project with the financial means to continue developing and gives players the option to trade outside of the platform. In a move widely celebrated by the Earth 2 community, Shane Isaac, the founder and CEO of Earth 2, informed us that he was reducing the supply cap of Essence from an earlier proposed 5 billion tokens to only 1 billion tokens. This is incredibly lucrative and bullish for the Earth 2 token, and we should expect to see a launch within the next few weeks or perhaps months. All in all, I think this amounts to a very player-driven white paper. There are some other elements that are worth noting that are maybe kind of glossed over within it, but are very important for crypto investors. The tokens available to the founders will only be released in a symbiotic relationship with essence that is mined by the player, so it will slowly leak out into their war chest and become available for things like development, mods, advertising, whatever they need to fund the project moving forward. Earth 2's player-driven approach is really appealing, and it may actually turn out to be the first company that really bridges the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 and receive mass adoption.